Well, to say the least, with a change in the podcast schedule, everybody. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anonymous Lucas, Anonymous Daily Show, March 13th, 2025. A very rare Thursday daily show. That's hopefully going to be changing from now on. That's hopefully we can change it from now on. And let's get right out in the room. I was supposed to my first ever sports podcast, my Anonymous Lucas Sports Podcast, I'd say for Thursday, but that's going to be switched to Saturday. Because my goal is from now on, at least the week or so, to do every daily show every single weekday. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some days might have to duplicate some daily shows, like I said, because I've been very busy especially on Tuesdays, maybe even Thursdays, but not too busy this Thursday today. So there you go. So I'll record podcasts early, maybe everybody can find out later on. Well, we're going to be doing the daily show for Thursday, and hopefully for next week or so, have 5 daily shows, and plus a weekend podcast, to say the least. Your boy is making a lot of content, to say the least. Knock on wood. Great knock there if I ask me, to say the least, man. And by the way, go follow my Patreon, or apply my memberships for Patreon, patreon.com/AnonymousLucas. Or check out my YouTube. Or watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below in this very podcast. I'm also on Spotify, or any podcast platform, maybe Spotify. Leave a comment in the Spotify comments. I'll probably let those see those more often, to say the least. Also go check out my Facebook, facebook.com/AnonymousLucas, Instagram.com/AnonymousLucas, and also TikTok.com/AnonymousLucas for a TikTok format as well. Let's go on your daily show, shall we? We're discussing WWE NXT Roadblock 2025 highlights, AEW Dynamite March 12, 2025 highlights. We're discussing Typhoon, to say the least, says the natural disasters are part of the 2025 WWE Class of Hall of Fame ceremony. For WWE 25, you get the point. Hall of Fame 2025 they're a part of. We're discussing Seth Rollins, just his wife Becky Lynch, is a continued absence from WWE programming. Discuss that. Also, multiple WWE stars named, updated, and roster page, including Seth Rollins, nonetheless. Discuss that. Also, this thing, registration quarterly finish every Nolan's Daily Show, March 13, 2025. As always, let's go on stage Daily Show. And of course, my computer decided to update right before I was about to hit record my NXT Roadblock highlights as you're seeing right now. Luckily, though, I got my nice little computer all working fine for once. Hey, at least it finally worked this time, at least. Hey, we can find out later on. This computer just be an absolute a-hole towards me and everything. Let's start with, you guessed, your NXT Roadblock 2025 highlights. Start the Hardys. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. It defeat Fraxia and retain the TNA World Tag Team Championships. Very fun match here. Not the best matches than Fraxium's tag team era and everything, but Hardy Boys are kind of slow in this match. But it picked up a lot at the end, towards the match and everything, end of the match, and again, the great in the podcast on Sunday, but dude. The Hardy Boys, again, retain the titles, the right outcome here. You don't need Fraction to win that TNA World Tag Team title. You just need to. Even though I think they're the best tag team on professional wrestling is Fraxium. But that's not a big deal, have them lose here tonight. Hardy's on NXT Roadblock, getting all of my great on the podcast on Sunday. Moving on to Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace defeats Roxanne Perez, my favorite women's professional wrestler, Miss Roxanne Perez. And probably looks like I've been saying this a long time. Is this Roxanne Perez's last match or what? She lost against Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Bailey, and Cora Jade at Vengeance. They took the pinfall from Julia for NXT Women's Championship. And then she lost another match since then. And then she also lost to Julia to begin with. To lose her NXT Women's Championship. When is her last match going to be happening, dude? Watch taking so many else. Bring her up to the main roster, Triple H. Because Roxanne Perez is not even NXT anymore, dude. Now, women's division is too stacked. Way too stacked, man. You don't need Roxanne Perez anymore. Call her up to Raw and feud with Bailey for WrestleMania, Triple H. And 2 non-title feuds on the women at WrestleMania potential. You got Naomi and Jade Cargill. Then you got Bailey versus Roxanne Perez. There you go. But now, Triple H took his hard-ass time to pawn up Roxanne Perez. It's so dumb, if you ask me. Jordan Grace, TV, and Roxanne Perez right outcome here, and this is a pretty fun match for sure. I'm creating the podcast on Sunday. Moving on to Oba Femi, the reigning defending NXT champion. He defeats Moose, like I said, retain the NXT championship. Another decent match here, but that's not Barborn of a show yet. You're saying Barborn of a show whatsoever yet, but this is a pretty fun NXT championship match. And Oba Femi getting right outcome, retaining the championship, and in all honesty, right outcome, obviously. And then I have a Moose, a TNA World X Division champion. Basically, mid-card tough for TNA. Beat your world champion in NXT, Oba Femi. That's just not going to happen. And right outcome here, seeing Oba Femi retain the NXT championship against Moose. Pretty fun match for sure. Keep it great in the podcast on Sunday. No, the show gets a lot better from here, though. The show was not bad up to this point. Just a very, very a solid match is about it for NXT Roadblock, but here this gets better. Javon Evans defeats Ethan Page in New York City street fight. I hate they call this a street fight, dude. I really hate they call this a street fight, but whatever. And this is a pretty, very fun. I'm going to call it no disqualification, but this ain't no freaking street fight. It ain't fighting in the street, so what's the point of calling it a street fight? What's the difference between a street fight and no disqualification match, or no holds barred match, to say the least? What's the difference? What is the difference? Don't understand it, dude. But Javon Evans gets the winner, right outcome. I would like to see us at stand deliver. I would like to see a blow-off match. Maybe the third match we'll only find out, but I highly doubt that. But Javon Evans got his revenge here again in New York City and beating Madison Square Garden Theater, obviously, for NXT Roadblock display, so it's taking place. And John Evans gets his revenge on Ethan Page. Again, go to the podcast on Sunday. It's a pretty fun street fight, though. You know, it's not really a street fight, if you ask me, to say the least. Moving on to your main event. Stephanie Vaquer. She defeats Julia in the main event to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship and win the NXT Women's Championship. Remember, it was a double title winner-take-all match in Women's Intercontinental Championship, the Women's North American Championship, and also the NXT Women's Championship as well. And Stephanie Vaquer has 2 titles on her waist. Let's get it more! Let's have more on her waist, man. I'm only joking, dude. Let's have her be like Mercedes, my name, my girl, going to Belts to a collector tour, man. Why not? I'm obviously joking, dude. There's no way NXT is going to allow that to happen, but it's different between Mercedes, my name. She does all the promotions that she wants. And Stephanie Vaquer is only strictly to WWE for right now. So good for Stephanie Vaquer, though. I'm very freaking thrilled about her being NXT Women's Champion. It's right decision. And Julia's out for an injury. And shout out to Julia taking this match and doing this match like a constant professional. And to put over Stephanie Vaquer in the men. And this is a very stiff and fun match, dude. Best thing on the show is by far, in all honesty. If you heard my phone go off, I deeply apologize for that one. But Stephanie Vaquer, oh my god. 2 titles out of her way. Still like a little bit of Mercedes money. My favorite women's wrestler in NXT, my favorite women's wrestler of all time. I have 2 more and 1 title around their waist. My very proud Stephanie Vaquer and Mercedes Moné, the fan, to say the least, dude. I had to say that. I had to say that for sure. But congratulations to Stephanie Vaquer. Much deserved. To me, she's been a better competitor than Julia. Not that Julia's been bad per se. I've been a lot more impressed with Stephanie than I've been with Julia. Julia still is a featured piece of women's division with Stephanie, but still. Right outcome here, and Julia's going to go a little bit of a break and heal her wounds and everything, her injury and everything. So wish her the best for sure. Just great in the podcast on Sunday. This is your NXT Roadblock 2025 highlights. Oh my god. Moving on to the crap show I watched actually this morning. I mean AEW Dynamite. March 12, 2025 highlights. And my god, this show just, oh my god, you don't want to know. What I think of freaking Dynamite of last night, dude. Absolutely a awful show. Awful show, to say the least. And cool, and starting off with Kenny Omega, though. He welcomes new challengers in his first championship address to the International Championship, won by Revolution, obviously in a great match with Konosuke Takeshita. Hey, finally said his name, and I compared to Kazuchika Okada. Yeah, there we go. But Kenny Omega welcomes new challengers in his first address as International Champion. By the way, there's this freaking Dynasty Eliminator match involving the AEW International Championship in Kenny Omega. And his opponent for the AEW Dynasty. Or Wrestle Dynasty. What the flying hell? We can't just make storylines involved. You go right back to tournament matches there, Tony Khan. What the hell is wrong with you? You can't just feel like a credible feud with Kenny Omega of the International Championship before it ultimately has a unification match with Kazuchika Okada at All In probably for the AEW International and Continental Championships. Because what the hell are we doing? We can't just make regular comparable competitors so at least some have a shot. Like, what the hell are we doing here, bro? Why? This company, I love AEW to death. I love watching AEW. At least the old school AEW. This AEW sucks ass, man. This AEW in 2025 and beyond, it's awful. It's awful. It's a constructed criticism, like people like it or not in AEW. I don't care. Kenny Omega welcomes his new challenger to the first address of AEW International Champion. It's obviously freaking forgettable if you ask me. Moving on to something even by far worse. The Ops. To make Samoa Joe, Katsuri Shibata, and Hook. Oh my god, man. What the flying hell is this? Defeat Vinny Pacifico. Oh my lord, man. Eli Ducisis and Gabriel Arios. Obviously a freaking squash match, obviously. And it was a completely dumpster fire of a squash match. Oh my lord, man. What the hell are we doing here? Oh my god, man. I love this company, but sometimes this company makes my brain so stupid to a point. It makes my freaking eyes want to roll so hard up my head, you know? I roll so big, dude. Oh my god, man. Moving on to the hologram, though. And Powerhouse Subs with Harley Graham. It was Harley Graham or something like that. Basically, Harley freaking Cameron. Remember when people wanted to see her be throwing my girl Mercedes, my name for a TBS championship? Well, that's going to go right out the freaking door because Harley Cameron is a Harley Graham or Hologram, what the frick her name is. Oh my god, man. How can you support this, man? How can you support this creative lack thereof from Tony Khan? How can you support this? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Oh my god. Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs defeat Brian Cage and Jarlistico. A freaking Rampage match, in all honesty. Oh, I'm not saying a Rampage match. That's not how the show existed. Basically a collision match, in all honesty. Freaking ridiculous, man. Ridiculous, if you ask me. But yeah, there's something better on the show. It still gets a tiny bit better at some things, but going back down, obviously. Megan Bayne lays out timeless Toni Storm, probably looking like Toni Storm's next competitor for the AEW Women's World Championship. Actually, not that bad. Not that bad of a beatdown whatsoever. How it's something worse in the show was freaking mind-bogglingly dumb, about Megan Bayne to a point, but still. It was actually a pretty fun layout by Megan Bayne on Toni Storm and everything. You're probably going to have that competitor next for Toni Storm and Women's World Championship in the AEW. What happens if Megan Bayne loses, though? Which she also can probably lose against Toni Storm. What happens then, Tony? What happens then? When she loses her winning streak to Toni Storm, she ain't beating Toni Storm for Women's World Championship in AEW. I'll be shocked if that happens. But, dude, this is actually not a bad layout by Megan Bayne and Toni Storm, though. Move on to Speedball Mike Bailey. He makes his AEW debut, defeating the Beast Mortals to advance in the International Dynasty Eliminator match with the potential shot Kenny Omega in the AEW International Championship. It's not a solid match for what it was, but do you care? It's probably showcase against people Mike Bailey on AEW television and everything, but dude, what the hell are we doing here? We're going right here. I think Mike Bailey's going to win this match. We obviously won the match here, probably when going to face Kenny Omega for International Championship at the Wrestle Dynasty, but still. Why the living hell? What happens when he loses against Kenny Omega? Just like I said earlier, second with Megan Bayne. What happens when she loses to Toni Storm? What happens to Miss People Mike Bailey once she loses to Kenny Omega? What's going to happen then, Tony? Probably nothing for my people Mike Bailey, to say the least. How can any people have any faith in Tony Khan? How? How can any faith in Tony Khan to book anything correctly? In this day and age, Tony. If it was Tony Khan like back in like 2020, it's a different story. If it's Tony Khan now, not so much. We're on something better, though. The best thing on the show. MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter. He offers MJF a Hurt Syndicate business card. It's actually pretty fun. It's pretty interesting storytelling here, to a point. You'll think, right? But, dude. Do you think we had to wait for this to be some sort of big-time thing other than Megan Bay and Toni Storm? It's freaking ridiculous. This is a pretty fun segment, don't get me wrong. I like the MVP and a business card of MJF maybe potentially the Hurt Syndicate. Would he join is the interesting question. Unless the Hurt Syndicate destroy MJF goes right back to a babyface. I highly doubt that. What happens if he does join the Hurt Syndicate, though? Does he still stay as a heel? Well, you find out then. It's actually decent storytelling if you ask me, though. Then the podcast on Sunday. Konosuke, I want to say the Kazushi Okada again, dude. Konosuke Takeshita, the former AEW International Champion, enters Max Caster's Open Challenge. Oh my freaking lord, dude. Another Max Caster crap-ass Open Challenge. Oh, why, man, why? What is the freaking point of this, man? What are we doing here? Ultimately, Takeshita went out following his AEW International Championship loss. I get that. But why do another freaking Open Challenge for Max freaking Caster, dude? We all know he's going to lose anyway, so what's the point? Oh my god, this company, man. It has some balls, this company. Oh, we're getting this great in the podcast on Sunday if you don't even freaking know. Moving on to Willow Nightingale. Defeats Penelope Ford with Chris Statlander helping out Willow Nightingale. After Megan Bain came out and everything, and dude. I think just in September of 2024, they had this brutal match between Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale, and now all of a sudden, like, what is this? So almost 6 months later, maybe? Let's see, October's. November, December, January, March, February, March. Yeah, 6 months. 6 freaking months. You're already having Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale back to the potential duo and everything. Oh, my lord, man. I love the matches Chris Statlander had with Mercedes, my girl Mercedes, Monet at FL Gear, and World's End. But even now, we couldn't wait for that a little bit longer to get to that point. Because you know Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander have feuded with each other, and Chris Statlander's value was a heel. Now all of a sudden, since he's feuding with Mercedes, he goes right back to a babyface. Now potentially reunited with Willow Nightingale. Does that make any freaking sense to you? No, it does not. Dude, what the hell are we freaking doing here, man? Unbelievable. Oh my god, this show really pisses me off. Oh, don't like it, don't watch it! It's called constructive criticism, you dumb idiot. To say the least. Moving on to Will Ospreay. He enters the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. He's going to enter Owen Hart Foundation tournament matches and everything. So he's my early pick for the internet for AEW Owen Hart Cup tournament for the men's side of things. My early men's pick. I don't want to be involved for the women's side of things. It's interesting they're doing it now. And not like in June or July or something like that. Maybe it's doing early. Maybe it's early for Will Ospreay to enter and everything, but wait and find out later on. But then again, the pay-per-view is in July for All In Texas. So that's why, man, I forgot about that. I'll honestly, dude. I'll be honest. I forgot. My bad, dude. So that's probably why we're talking about maybe at least Ospreay at least announcing this match in this tournament in March and everything. So it's not that bad if you think about it. This segment's not that bad. You're getting a great podcast on Sunday. Moving on to your main event. Hechicero defeats Orange Cassidy in an International Championship Dynasty Eliminator match in the main event. Solid match, but do you freaking care, dude? Because I know I freaking don't. Man. Well, head to Sarah's main event and win your main event show on Dynamite in 2025. Really? Really, dude? What has happened to this freaking company, man? What has happened to Tony Khan and AEW booking, if you ask me? It's at umpteenth low, and it can't get any lower, you think, right? Oh, but Tony Khan will find a way like Vince McMahon does. I'm telling you, right? Freaking now. You don't like it? I don't care what to tell you, dude. He's just like Vincent Kenny McMahon without the sex trafficking allegations, dude. That's the only thing he's not like Vince McMahon. Other than that, he's Vince McMahon. Other than that, he's freaking VKM Vince McMahon. Might as well call him Tony McMahon at this rate, dude. Might as well call him Tony McMahon. Just like some people compare everyone to Hulk Hogan. Why can't I compare Tony Khan to Vince McMahon? Come on, dude. Everyone likes to compare Hulk Hogan to said wrestler. And now I can making me head scratch with Tony Khan compared to Vince McMahon. There you go. That is your AEW Dynamite March 12, 2025 highlights. Moving on. Typhoon says the natural disasters are part of the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame class. Well, with only a month ago to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2025 began to take shape, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H has the first person to announce it at the end of 2024. He has since been joined by former WWE Divas Champion Michelle McCool and former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Lex Luger, who was also announced this past weekend. And though there is speculation Demolition could be joining them in 2025 class of tag team, it seems WWE has another notable duo in mind. On Sportskeeda, Wrestle Binge, former WWE star Typhoon let slip the natural disasters. The tag team consistent of him and a late earthquake would be going into the Hall of Fame next month, the WWE Hall of Fame next month. It is an honor. Typhoon said it was crazy when I got the phone call, and they told me that Mr. Pritchard, being Bruce Pritchard, obviously, called me. He's an awesome guy. I don't know about that, Typhoon, dude. Bruce Pritchard, an awesome guy. Don't know about that, dude. This is how my opinion. I think it was a wrestling guy. And I couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, what an incredible thing. I always say there are so many guys that are so worthy to be in there and that aren't in it. For this to happen, it's just amazing to finish off the quotes. Congratulations to Typhoon and Earthquake, the natural disasters. It'll be interesting to see what they do. The speech will be coming out in April at some point, and the Hall of Fame concludes on April 18th in Las Vegas at some point. Wait and find out then. Moving on, Seth Rollins addresses his wife Becky Lynch's continued absence from WWE programming. After a few months of uncertainty following the expiration of her contract in May of last year, 2024, Becky Lynch seemed to put to any rest any rumors that her time in WWE has come to an end, appearing at a Netflix launch for Party for Monday Night Raw in late 2024. Around the same time, she reportedly signed a new deal with the promotion. Even still, Lynch has been nowhere to be seen on WWE programming, including foregoing the Women's War Room in February, prompting some to wonder when Just the Man will be coming around of WWE once again. That question has been posed for her husband, WWE star Seth Rollins, when he stopped by W Fan for an interview earlier this week. Rollins clarified that Lynch was still doing just fine, and that despite the time off, there is no plans for Lynch to start winding down her career just yet. She took a few months off, Rollins said. She did some television and film projects, so she's gearing up to get ready to come back. I don't know when that's going to be. It just happened yet. But she is active. I will say she's not retired. She's not mentioned anything about retirement. There are future plans for her in professional wrestling, end quote. I'd just like to hear in all honesty for Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's wife, obviously. She's never ever going to retire following her WWE run. She's still going to come back anyways. She's not going to AEW. Freaking drones. You ain't getting Rebecca Quinn and All Elite Wrestling. Just give it up already. It ain't going to happen. Just be grateful you got one of the members of Horsewomen, Mercedes Moné. Just be freaking grateful. You ain't getting two of them and Becky Lynch. You ain't getting Becky Lynch, dude. Stop. And her back in WWE would be kind of needful for women's division because, man, oh man. The women's division has been a little bit of a nosedive in recent memory for women's division booking and everything. We're going to start like Becky Lynch back in the women's division on Raw or SmackDown, probably more likely Monday Night Raw. Be interesting to see and probably go after Liv Morgan because he's been talking a lot of crap about Becky Lynch. So probably go backfire for Liv Morgan in the end. And be at Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan will probably be the end goal at some point in 2025 for a start of that storyline for sure. I'll give you an update on that for sure in the upcoming weeks. And months, there's more rumors about Becky Lynch being back in WWE. A multiple WWE stars named update on roster page. Seth freaking Rollins. I hate when they say freaking. But it's lucky to report here, be interested to say here. Dirty, Dominic Mysterio, Big Bronson Reed, those wrestlers' nicknames are much a part of their identities as their ring names, but WWE has seemingly simplified these wrestlers' monikers. W's.com roster page underwent a nickname purge recently with Frickin', Dirty, and Big. What a way to say that with all the trios. Oh, man. Can't make that up. Cut from the aforementioned wrestlers roster pages. I can't get over that. Not only have the nicknames been changed, but the wrestlers' pictures have also been updated and changed. Rollins is a good example as a previously smiling jazz hands portrait has been replaced with a much more somber image of a wrestler. W has yet to provide a reason that's been given for the updates. And there's no reason to do that because of Vince McMahon freaking stupid pity, dude. There's a reason to give Vince McMahon's moniker and everything. I don't know if he did Big Bronson Reed yet. I don't think he did that one, but Seth freaking Rollins is definitely a Vince McMahon thing. So is Dirty Dominic Mysterio, I believe, as well. Maybe it's just Seth freaking Rollins. You get the freaking point, dude. It's basically Vince McMahon probably has something to do with it, as honestly. So getting more Vince McMahon stuff from WWE, so there you go. I absolutely hate the Seth freaking Rollins name. It was so ridiculous. Just call him Seth Rollins. That's all you need to freaking do, dude. So glad Triple H realized that and everything and changed this thing back to Seth Rollins and back to Dominic Mysterio and back to Bronson Reed for sure. And finally, on this day in wrestling history and quality to finish off a No Limits WWE show on March 13, 2025. Starting this day in wrestling history, 1995. WWF Monday Night Raw came from Scotttown, California with live taped editions of the show and build up to WrestleMania, I believe this is 9, I believe. A live edition of Jacob and Eli Blue fought the Head Shrinkers. Oh boy, Head Shrinkers. Interesting name, dude. To a countout draw, and Jerry Lawler defeated Bret Hart in the main event by countout due to outside interference from WWF Women's Champion Bull Naito, excuse me. On tape editions, the Smoking Guns, oh boy, there's interesting names in this segment of this day in wrestling history. The Smoking Guns retained the WWF Tag Team titles against the Heavenly Bodies. Oh my god, these names are interesting, man. And the former NFL Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers superstar. Oh boy. A former Bears and Packers player. You don't see that often. Superstar Steve McMichael. Never heard of him. Did he play for the Packers? I didn't know that. Didn't know that for sure. I didn't know that. Brawl Kama and Supreme Fighting Machine from the $1 Million Corporation built towards the upcoming match between Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 9. Also, Bret Hart defeated Owen Hart in an No Holds Bar match. So wait, so Bret Hart wrestled twice on this show? Okay, dude. Moving on to 2000, though. The Rock defeated the Big Show to regain his WrestleMania WF title match opportunity on WF Raw from East Waterford, New Jersey, after putting his career on the line to stay as a stipulation. He was assisted by the returning Vince McMahon, who had not been seen on television for 3 months. Also, Dean Malenko defeated Isa Rios, I believe is name, for a WWF Light Heavyweight title. This edition of Raw is also infamous for Bubba Ray Dudley delivering a powerbomb to Mae Young through the table to the top of the entrance ramp. Oh boy, you don't see that often anymore. You never see it ever again in professional wrestling. Especially this days in Canadian cancel culture. Moving on to year later 2001. At a Sunday Night Heat and SmackDown tapings in Anaheim, Crash Holly defeated Dean Malenko for a WWF Light Heavyweight title. Also, the Dudley Boys defeated Chris Jericho in a handicap tables match, and Stone Cold Steve Austin pinned Kurt Angle. 2004, year I was born. WWE held its first Hall of Fame ceremony since 1996 at a Hilton Hotel in New York City. The night before WrestleMania 20, the induction class included Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura, Big John Studd, Don Marco, and Harley Race, and Tito Santana, Superstar Billy Graham, and Jugyard Dog, I think I heard of him before. Sergeant Slaughter, Greg Valentine, and Pete Rose, who was the first ever celebrity induction. Moving on to 2007. WWE Hall of Famer Arnold Schwarzenegger. I almost said Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude. I almost said Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger passed away at the age of 82 in White Plains, New York. He was a part of the newly created Worldwide Wrestling Federation, which would go down to becoming WWF. Schwarzenegger managed Bruno Sammartino and Bob Backlund, both winning the WWF Championship under his guidance. He was inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame as a part of the class of 1994 in Baltimore the night before the second King of the Ring pay-per-view. Moving on, 2009. There's a lot of this day in wrestling, people. Let's stop in your seatbelts. So one more after this, I believe. 2009. Andrew Martin, who was best known for his time in WWF/WWE, as Test passed away at the age of 33. Boy, it's a bad age to pass away. 33 is way too young, man. In Tampa, Florida, he joined the WWF in 1998 as an unnamed bodyguard for the band Motley Crue, who performed an edition of Saturday Night Heat. He would become a member of the Corporation faction interfering in the WWF Championship match between The Rock and Triple H on the Raw in the late 1998. During his time with the promotion, won the Intercontinental Championship, Intercontinental European Hardcore, and also became WWF and WCW World Tag Team Champions as well. He was also involved in a storyline relationship with Stephanie McMahon. Oh boy. Stephanie has a lot of relationships in WWE storylines, dude. Whose memorable wedding was someone was interrupted by Triple H. Gee, I wonder why, dude. And finally, he just stayed in wrestling in 2020. This is the first edition of SmackDown in the WWE Performance Center. Yep. Remember the start of COVID, people. Remember the start of COVID. Don't miss those days whatsoever. Unless you're Sasha Banks fan like I am and Bailey fan like me. It's a different story. So in Orlando took place, the world entered the COVID-19 pandemic. Jeff Hardy returned to action to being away from it for a year and was victorious over King Corbin. Oh, God. A King Corbin gimmick was freaking awful, man. Daniel Bryan pinned Cesaro and Bailey, and my girl, Mercedes Moné, also known as Sasha Banks this time, defeated Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in the opening match, I believe that was. Yep, pretty sure. Maybe basically set the tone with Bailey and Sasha, held on the COVID-19 pandemic for the Performance Center for sure. And the Thunderdome era as well. Roman Reigns had a sit-down interview with Michael Cole regarding his originally booked WrestleMania for Universal Championship match, with Goldberg and Bray Wyatt confronted John Cena as well. And man, Roman Reigns gave up his championship shot because he believed he couldn't wrestle because of COVID that year and everything. So he want to be performing in the Performance Center. There's a lot of outbreaks in COVID that year, I believe, as well. And that's you're all just staying wrestling. Finally, for No Mysterio Show on March 13, 2025, your quote of the day. Finish off, Alex, your quote of the day. Quote of the day: your strong, positive self-image is the best preparation for success. By Joyce Brothers to finish off your No Limits Daily Show, March 13, 2025. And thank y'all for watching. No Limits Lucas, No Limits Daily Show, March 15, 2025, or 15th, 13th, 2025. I'll be back probably tomorrow for your next edition of No Limits Daily Show for March 14, 2025. And remember, the No Limits Supporters always come out whenever I feel like uploading them and everything. So No Limits Supporters may be out tomorrow as well for a certainty. And also your first hour sports and maybe pop culture podcast for Saturday as well. Until tomorrow for our content, No Limits Lucas, peace, love, everyone. Take care. I love you all and enjoy. I know you're going to enjoy tonight. There's no wrestling on, so you should watch TNA Impact, to say the least. If you watch that, enjoy that, I guess, what you feel like, to say the least. Until tomorrow, take care, everyone.